Alright, guys, I'm back. I can't stay away from this topic because it's important, okay? Now, so earlier my internet went out. Was able to connect right away. I just didn't, have time to go back. Had a long conversation, and so now I am back. But let's go with another comment that I saw about how shitty this company is. But before that, though, let me show you something. Bella, what's the matter, baby? Lay down. You're too noisy. Okay. 1 second. I am trying to get... Hold on. Goodness. Oh, there you go. So I'm gonna address this comment right here from Dexter Boom Howard. I don't even know. Sorry if I butchered your name, but anyway, I'll address that comment real quick. But also too, let me go back to of course Moran's there. Oh, Moran's done. What? I did not know that. I might be off in a bit just to watch Moran's, but man, how did I miss Moran's all this time, you guys? Come on. But anyway, so let me address this real quick. Since Moran's on in a minute, but let me address this real quick because this comment kind of really, hey, it's going to be Bella, come on. It's going to be this way, right? All the time, and of course I'm gonna get used to it, right? Operationally unprofitable, declining in revenue, sell zero, new revenue stream. But that's, again, these are opinion just throwing at the whims here, right? In their opinion, there's no zero new revenue streams and all that stuff, which is a lie. Obviously, they're going through every avenue that they can with what they have at the moment, right? Yes, it's going to be slow. It's going to be whatever. But let me address this operationally unprofitable thing because it's ridiculous, right? So this is an end of the quarter right there, right? Balance sheets. So it's not a trailing 12. So please note the difference here. I know if you do a trailing 12, it's going to be accounting for the last 3 quarters, including the 4th one, right? And so I get it, it's more comprehensive that way. But if you are able to kind of zoom in to the growth of this, not growth, but the direction of this company, you have to know the difference between the end of quarter and the trailing 12, right? So note that. So if you look at the gross profit versus operational expenses, you could see that there is a difference there, right? So we are higher at the current quarter that we just got the report of, which is 4th quarter of this year. We were able to come ahead at $60 million in the plus, okay? Because the expenses operationally, it's lower than the gross profit. So we just flip that upside down this quarter. Now, if you want to see the last 3 quarters right here of the same years, you could see right here that we weren't able to do that, right? And see that? You see? Like, for the 3rd quarter, 3 quarters of the year, we were operationally in the wrong direction. Okay? This is why cost cutting, this is why closing the store is so important up until this point, because we are trying to flip that ahead, right? Now, last year we weren't able to do that, but we were able to come out ahead $8 million in the negative. So now we're flipping that to $6 million in the plus due to cost cutting, due to, operationally, we're flipping that right now. Right now, we're ground zero, so to speak. And so it's disingenuous for you to say that they're operationally, currently, yes, if you're accounting for trailing 12. But this year, we're not going to be losing this anymore, right? Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm investing in this company for. Okay, so understand that. Now, my hope is that coming next year, now it might be another year, right? But next year, you won't be able to say that correctly anymore, right? And so I'm not trying to deceive people here, right? But the operationally, this is what happened, right? We just flipped, and again, it's a cyclical thing, seasonal basis. And on top of that, you have a company that has been operating at a very low cost basis or whatever, right? Low cost basis. The environment of low interest rate, right? Of course, they could expand like crazy and show you the top line revenue growth. But would the company survive in this environment with the same amount of store, with the same amount of operating income or expenses? No, it wouldn't. So the fact that Ryan Cohen and the leadership know ahead of time that that is going to be the problem, that's why they've been cutting like crazy, right? Again, to survive, not to gut the company from within, but to make sure that this company survive this downturn, right? Instead of filing for bankruptcy like 99-cent store. And so, yeah, so that's what's happening. Now, I was looking at okay, so let me close this. I know I'm kind of rushing right now because I want to enjoy Moran's show in a minute. Okay, 1 second. All right, so now the red line is when before Ryan Cohen got in, right? And there's a reason why I pick all this column here. So this is goodwill without, this is real book value without goodwill. So let me highlight that right here so you could see it. Let's do green right there. So that's book value without accounting for goodwill. I wrote this before. I think I made a video about it before. And so if you look at the value, the real book value without goodwill right now, you would see the trend is going up, right? This is what value is. Because if you have goodwill, you're going to run to a problem where the company has this tangible asset that you can't even sell into the market at this moment in time. Look, to the tune of billions of dollars. And so this is why the real value for the actual shareholder equity is only $1 versus $4. You see the value there? Right? And so this is why people need to look into the balance sheet and understand it from a fundamental level, more than, anything. Look, I'm not saying that I'm a genius at all here, but this is how I understand the balance sheets to be, right? And that's the level of anyone who would love to evaluate a company as well. Now, back then, of course, because of the low interest rate, 0% interest rate, they're borrowing like crazy, at a very low cost of what is it called? Debt, whatever, right? And so that they load on debt and all that stuff. So instead of getting paid on the money that they're sitting on, they're paying the interest to someone else, right? So that eats up into the bottom line. But even then, they were able to, pull in the positive right there, right? So positive number means that the operating income or operating expenses right here, up here, is lower, right, than the gross profit right there, right? So again, the current quarter, it's actually positive, okay? And even last year too, the current quarter was positive, all right? Now, 2 years ago, 2022, we were coming out negative, okay? So from negative income to positive income, like net income, right? Again, this is coming from the fact that you subtract the gross from the operating expenses, okay? Now, over here, we were spending money, yes, doing what? What are we doing? We're doing a lot of things, right? Ryan Cohen got in, what is it called? NFT marketplace, right? Being whatever. And so again, but doing that without, sacrificing much of the book value of the shareholder equity right here, right? Book is still increasing, yes, look, because we kind of spend $160 million or lose $160 million last 2 quarters. Last 2 years ago. Now we're building it back up again, cent by cent per share here, okay? And so now we're trending the other way. That's my hope, right? Yes. That's why I'm waiting for that. Now, as far as cash flow, obviously we know what's going on. But if you were to compare year on year, shareholder equity is still intact. And if not, increase in $10 million increase right there. That's due to, yes, interest right there. That's helped the balance sheets to be a little bit more palatable. And again, like this expense is going to be decreasing even more. Because guess what? We don't have to account for more of those stores that are unprofitable right now. And those are going to be closed out. And then we have increased the better location, better, area of coverage for all the stores that we just opened. So that's going to, again, bring in more traffic in the right way, obviously. We're not going to, have 3 different stores in the same vicinity, And so there you go. It's more efficient that way. You're going to make more money. And then now we have credit cards, you guys, with added value for shoppers out there who wants to buy stuff from Gamestop, retail, in the right place, right way, right time. And so again, there's no competition there in the market of retail, because retail has been eclipsed, right? Apocalypse in retail store right now. So GME is gonna be the company that survive and thrive later on in decades to come. So anyway, so I would like to address that one. I know I didn't read the whole thing, but of course we are removed from reality. I mean, you are removed from reality if you believe that this company is headed anywhere but down, right? Okay. And of course, he is a trader. This is the mentality that I have to deal with, obviously, right? I've been there before. Look, I know I buy some put, I buy some call before on different stock, not any one, because again, I understand where you're coming from. If you want to open the, put position on this company, make sure you understand that. And people who want to follow that footstep, make sure you understand what buying a put means, okay? That doesn't mean that you're going to make money on the direction of the company unless you pick the right strike price, pick it at the right time, and close it up at the right time. Just because the company going down in price doesn't mean that you're going to make money on put option here. I want to make that clear to you, because what a thing called implied volatility. So if you know what IV is, then you would understand that what I'm telling you, right? So IV is high, historically is very high for GameStop. Now, with the exception of the right time in which you could buy into it, that is very low, you know. So on average, implied volatility on GME right now is like 80 to 60%, right? At one point it's like even 90, right? Or at some point it's even, again, like depends on when it's popular, right? Usually earnings call, like if you were to buy the weekly, the implied volatility on the week of earnings, it was 400%. That's insanity. And so that's the whole point, is that just because you think buying put is going to print you money, that's not true either. It's disingenuous for you to say that. That your put is printing. Now, I hope you pick at the right time, close at the right time. Make sure it's long dated, right? That you have some time to appreciate those put position if you want to. And so, again, just be careful. Just be careful. But I wouldn't, I hope you're not naked shorting this thing. If you do, go ahead, add some more. If you think that this company is going under, bankrupt at some point, within 5 years, good luck. Good luck. But anyway, so that's just my spiel there. But anyway, I'll end it here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll end it here.